What's up, guys? JZ Aquatics here, and welcome to the new year, our first video of the new year. And we have some big things coming for the new year. The video is going to be kind of jumbled up because it's a 2-day video. A lot of stuff going on in the first day and the second day. The main thing we got done, though, is what's behind me. This thing is huge. I'm sitting in the floor right now because this thing's pretty low on the ground, but it's huge. Absolutely massive. Like, I'll walk back there and sit down in front of it for size. It's supposed to be 125. I think it's actually a 100-gallon tank. It's pretty cool though. It's 5 foot long. I know that. I can't remember how tall it is, but it's pretty tall. So to bounce off the new year, start it off right. We're gonna go with what Blake's Aquatics said on YouTube. He said there's like, I think he was talking about like 5 different things he wanted to do in the new year. He was talking about setting up a new tank, some new plants, some new fish, all this other stuff, right? So we're going to do all of that this year, actually within the first few weeks of this year. So the tank's checked off. If you can see up there, the plant's checked off. I got me a pothos vine to go into this tank, and I'm going to get a bunch more like house plants and other plants to try to grow in these other tanks in the room, of course. Actually, my other houseplants are thriving right now. The new fish, we have a swap meet coming up January 11th, which is next weekend, Saturday. So we're going to take a lot of fish that I bred, a lot of plants, and a lot of old equipment as well, and get rid of some of that stuff, make some money for some new projects we got going on. As you'll see in the video, you know what's going to go in here. I'm just cycling it right now. It's not up to temperature yet. The sand is still in the water column. But welcome to the new year. This is the first video. We got a lot going on and a lot to get through. This may be a long video. So grab you a snack and a beverage of whatever flavor you like, and we'll jump right into the video. By the way, I'm sitting on the floor. This is the tank wingspan. This is the height of the tank. It's huge. And it's, I think, 2.5 feet deep. I think. Maybe 2 foot deep. I'm not sure, but it's huge. There you go. Okay, so we are taking a tour of this fish room. Only one thing has really changed, and that is this. Yeah, we took out the entertainment center, threw up these 4 little 2.5s. That's all that's really changed. But we are going to change this big 75 right here today. That's the biggest project we've got to get done today. And before we start that, I'm going to tour every tank in this room, and then we'll go to the sunroom and start on those tanks. Okay. So in this tank, everything's the same. I've got the big male blood parrot back in here. Still dirty. This is the next tank to get worked on. These guys, this pair of convicts doesn't have any fry yet, but I think she's on eggs. But this pair, you can see through the glare, that pair had some fry, but I don't know if they're still in this cave or not. It's hard to tell. But I did catch some out and put them into their fry tank. Let me pull out this stool. So as you can tell, there's one right there that's grown up a little bit. There's another one. So there's a few in here. On that note, there is a swap meet January 11th that we're gearing up to go to next weekend. So we've got a lot to get done till then. So this tank, let's see if I can get it to focus. Maybe. Right there. There's about 4 or 5 red rose guppy fry in here. That one has a bent back, but I'm just going to let him live his life in here. Take him out before he breeds. The rest of them look really good. But my male red rose did pass. But my 2 females are pregnant, and there are some fry in here. So hopefully we'll get another male and start a whole nother colony of these guys. I hate that he passed away. It happened within like 2 days. I tried everything I could, but he just ended up passing away. That's just how it goes, I guess. This swordtail has been in here for quite a while. I think I'm just going to dump her back into her tank because she might just be too stressed to drop the fry. I don't know, but I do need to fill this tank back up. My male crebensis passed. I only have the female left. All of these swordtails that I can tell are holding fry. Every one of them. And the quarries are in here. There they are. They look really good. They love sifting through the mulm. I haven't seen any quarry eggs yet, but the swordtails might be eating those, so, you know, what can you do with that? I might separate them out later, see if I can get a good shot. There you go. They look really good. And there's the female crebensis. But yeah, that's that tank. All this frog bit is going crazy. I'm going to take handfuls of it, as much as I can pull out for the swap meet. And then, I'm sorry if the air pump's too loud, it's right there. But in these tanks, you probably can't see, there it is. I just have one guppy fry in each of these tanks. I can't see this one actually. There it is, right in the front. Well, anyways, there's just one fry in both of these two. And in this tank, there's supposed to be Danio fry, but I have only seen one in the past 2 days, so they might have passed. Not 100% sure. It's hard to see them. I actually can't even find them to zoom in on them. But yeah. And then this tank, of course, holds my pair of mutt guppies. The mixed guppy. They're really cool. I love these guys. She's pregnant again, actually. Probably about to drop again. And then I take all their babies and shove them into this tank. Let's see if we can focus on this one today. There you go. But I have a lot of these guys to take to the swap meet as well, guys and girls. So yeah, and then all of this Slovenia and duckweed I will end up taking as well. And since we're down here, this is the platy guppy tank. There's also some shrimp, but they're not reproducing because the platies eat the babies. There's a shrimp. Way back there. But yeah, there's a lot of fish in this tank. So to downsize a little bit, I'm going to take these half gray, half black split fin guppy group. I'm going to take all of them to the swap meet. So all the females and all the males of the guppies I'm going to pull out and take to the swap to sell. And I'll get some of the younger platies to sell as well. Obviously there's some strains I want to keep, like this one. I like those to keep. The yellow and black I want to keep. But like there's a lot of these bronze bluish ones. I'll take a bunch of those to sell. There's a lot I've got to take to sell. I mean like a lot. Just out of this room alone. Like most of these guys are going. And then this is my next I guess breeding project. It's a red blonde tuxedo guppy. And he has like 4 females in there. These 2 bigger ones do look pregnant. This one and the other one that's in here look a little smaller. There's the other one. But he's super cool, super pretty. So hopefully we'll get a pure strain guppy out of them. I'm not really sure. We're going to test it, you know. We'll see how it goes. See how true they breed. Super excited for this tank. Also need to clean the mulm out again, because that's what you get for not putting substrate in the bottom of your tank. This tank, not a lot going on. I've obviously got my albino pleco breeding group, which have not bred again since he ate the last eggs. But there is 4 of them now. One of them did pass for no reason. And then of course, big angelfish. Get to focus. There you go. He's chilling, living his life. He or she, I really don't know. I think it's a he. And then this tank is quite ugly at the moment. But there's one of the giant snakeskin gouramis. I'll try to put my hand up for size. It's quite large. It's like 6 or 7 inch fish. And then obviously the pike and the other gourami are somewhere in all of this algae. So we're going to take down this entire tank. I'm going to leave the sponge filters in here, but we're going to take everything else out of this tank and put them into their new home that I've got ready. So let's go to the next room and check that out. Okay, so we're in the next fish room slash sunroom, and it's doing awesome. This tank is new. This is some junk, and all of this is some junk I'm going to take to sell to the swap meet, except for that tank. I'm keeping that, but a lot of this is going to go to the swap to sell. But all of this is doing fantabulous. I absolutely love it. I have to show you some new stuff over here. This side of the fish room is doing great. I will have to show you everything new that's over here as well, like that bowl. Absolutely doing wonderful. I did pull this filter out because it was creating too much current for this tank, but it does look really good right now, and I'm super happy with it. But for the newest addition to the fish room, we have this. Hold on, I'll step back a little further. So this is a 125 tall tank right here. This one, yes, it's a short stand, but she said we couldn't go too much above the windows. As you can see, I've got these hanging up. There's one there, and there's 2 over there. I'm going to put house plants on those to grow into the tanks. And I also built this rack. I had a day off on close to Christmas. I had Christmas Day off, and that was the only day I had off. And then I had another one off. So I built this rack on my other day off. So this tank is what we're going to set up for the pike today. We're going to pull all his caves out and put them in here. I have this filter on here just to create some more flow. This came out of my pond, and I thought I had broke it for some reason, but I took it all apart, cleaned it, and it works fine. Yeah, it's pointed down right now. I need to get it smashed in between some rocks so it doesn't do this anymore. I do have a heater in here, and it stays about 72 to 73, which is fine for the pike and the gouramis. This tank is kind of dirty for some reason. I don't know why. I did reseal this one, and it's holding water good. I've got this filter on it. It's way too large for the tank, but it works. These 2, on the other hand, this one actually has a heater. This one and this one don't have a heater. So I've also got a light on this one. But this one looks pretty good if you ask me. This is the one I'm gonna separate some platies and put a breeding group of platies in here. Once it's up to temp. It's at 67 right now. Almost 68. So that one's almost ready to go. If you look here, I've got to get rid of this dresser cabinet thing and all of my sound system stuff. I'm keeping my boom box. That's just cool and antique. But all this I'm going to get rid of. Just not into it anymore. This, on the other hand, is a very old, like 1980s 125. I measured it and it came out to like 100 gallons. So maybe it's a 100-gallon tank. It's 5 foot long. I don't know if it holds water. I did have to reseal it. I don't know if it's going to hold water. I had to reseal this crack and the entire bottom trim of the tank, inside and outside. So I don't know. I should have filmed that for y'all, but it was such a painful process with this ginormous tank. Yeah, it's like this tank is way heavier than this tank, and this tank is actually bigger than that one. That's just because that one's so old, the way they made them back then. And then I've got this 55 and this 35. I'm keeping the 35. The 55 I'm taking to the swap meet to sell to somebody. So that'll get rid of that extra tank. And if this one holds water, then I might put it beside this rack where this cabinet is. But this door, I know it looks terrible. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna clean it. It's been blocked off right here for years. So this door swings inside instead of outside. So I can't have too much space to block the door from opening. So that's this corner. We actually got it clean. I've worked my butt off to clean it. It took forever, but it's clean now. I've got these tanks set up. So we're just going to take a tour of all the tanks in this room now. But this is the one we're going to work on today. I'm going to fix the pump. I'm going to put him some caves in here. No substrate. I don't want him, substrate's not needed for a pike and gouramis. But we're going to do all his caves in here for him. So let's go. We'll start left to right to the fish room. So we'll start down here. This is Gourami's tank now. Had to move some stuff around, so this is the tank he ended up in. If you want a personable fish, a gourami is so personable. He loves me, and I love him. I don't think I turned the light on this tank, did I? Yeah, I did. Crazy. Can't even tell with the sun in here. There's some different types of plants in here. Corkscrew Val. This little twiggy one, if anybody knows the name too. This is a type of Anubias and a nice crypt. The crypt doesn't seem to hate this tank, but it doesn't seem to love it, And crypts are that way. Same with this Anubias. I don't really know what the problem is with that one is, This tank has actually become, I kind of like it now. So I've got Corkscrew Val in this corner. I've got some Val behind this driftwood, and there's some in this corner. And you can see my two angelfish. I only have two, so I guess they're a pair, and I've killed the others. That's what I'm hoping for anyways. They do stick with each other quite a bit. And then I've got this marbled Anubias that seems to be doing really well, and some more of this plant is up here, and they are doing pretty good. So, well, here's the angel. I think this is going to be the male because he always approaches me and the other one doesn't. There's the other one. This one doesn't approach me as much, so I think this one's going to be the male. But we'll see. That's a marbled one, and this is like just a silver striped one. Well, let's hope we get a breeding pair out of those. Then I've got this tank. I just set it up in the floor. There's a lot of dead duckweed on it for no reason. I still need to clean it a little bit. There's some guppy grass in here. I've got a filter, a heater. I'm going to do Corkscrew Val in the substrate of this tank because the sunlight, if I get out of the way, you can see the sunlight pierces right through this tank. So that would really make the Corkscrew Val absolutely shoot up in this tank. And then I've got some tubs and stuff over here. This tank's obviously empty. Nothing's in it. I'm going to get it set up soon. This one, on the other hand, I've got the Buenos Aires Tetras, and then I actually rescued some tiger barbs. I have 3 albinos, and I've got 2 green ones. There's the other green one. And there's a pleco in here, of course. So now there's 14 Buenos Aires Tetras and 6 tiger barbs in this tank, and I absolutely love them. There's the OG tiger barb. He's absolutely cool. He's also a lot bigger. But they'll all grow to size, and I might try to breed them soon. I can't tell male or females yet, but yeah. I think this one's getting picked on a little bit, but that's how tiger barbs are, I guess. And this tank will come down here. It's a little hard to film with everything in the way. These are my black Moscow fry. It's going to be hard to focus on them. Yeah, it's not going to be able to focus. There we go. But there are some nice fry. That one's actually got a good bit of green in him from the sunlight. A lot of females and a good bit of males. There's Corkscrew Val and guppy grass in here, of course. But yeah, they look really good. There's a really dark male. So it'll focus. It's not going to focus. Okay, anyways, there's a good bit of fry in here. I'm taking these to the swap meet. In here, we of course have the adult black Moscows who look amazing as always. There's some baby swordtails as well. A lot of fry of the black Moscows in here. And there's some Corkscrew Val and guppy grass in this one as well. A lot of guppy grass actually. And my elephant ear plant, I don't know the scientific name, don't know what plant it actually is thriving in this tank. And absolutely thriving. So that's really awesome. This one, on the other hand, has died and come back. I don't know why. The roots are doing good, but nothing else. The rainbow fish fry that are in this tank, I haven't seen them. I'm going to turn this light off. I haven't seen them in a while. You can barely see the rice fish. But all the rice fish are in here. I'm going to take some to sell. Probably not a lot because I don't have a lot anymore. My breeders did mostly pass, so I've got to raise some new ones. But that's currently in the process, as you can tell. I don't know why you can't see them. The glare's so bad from the window. Sorry about that, guys. But I do have a whole bunch of spawning mops in there for them, hoping that they'll breed. But hopefully when I sell some, they'll grow up a little bigger and can breed faster. Then of course you've got my magnificent Australian rainbows. They look so good in the sunlight. I absolutely love this fish, and there's like 70 plecos in this clay pot and behind this heater. It's supposed to be a breeding group of 5, so, and I've never seen them breed, which I don't have pleco caves, I have a clay pot, so that's probably why they haven't bred. I know, joke's on me. I want to take some of this frog bit to sell as well, maybe some of the guppy grass, but the rainbow fish do breed. If I can find a baby. There's quite a few babies in this tank. Here's some. You can see right there. Some little babies. There's actually one that's grown quite a bit, and I need to pull them out, but I don't have nowhere to put them yet. That's what I'm working on, is a fry rack or fry tray system for this tank. But yeah, the root ball on this plant is absolutely ginormous. Like, it's huge. And the plant looks really good. Like, really good. Like, for reference, the leaf's bigger than my hand. And the whole thing, like, there's the bottom of the root, is like 2 of my hands now. So this one has absolutely grown. This plant is about the same, honestly. Stayed the same. The root ball has shrunk a little. It didn't grow as good as the other one. The guppy grass might be taking it over, but I do need to fill up the tank a little bit so that it can grow a little better. But it's still a nice healthy plant. A little green on it too, so that's good. Okay, so for this rack, let's start with this little 5-gallon. So if you can see these, maybe they're a little skittish. These, I'm trying to focus. That is the least killifish, the smallest live-bearing fish in the world. I have a group of 10 of them, and I'm gonna try to breed them. They have 1 baby a day for like a month or something like that. I need to keep doing research, but they look very happy in this tank. They're swimming around as always. They eat all their food. This big ball of Java moss has turned a little bit of hair algae, and it's fine. I haven't seen any babies just yet, but yeah, I know I have 3 males, so pretty good ratio, 3 to 7, so should be good. The females are getting pretty big. They're as big as they're gonna get. They're about your fingernail size, but super cool fish I've never kept before, so we're gonna test out breeding them. And then of course in this tank I've got my 24 karat gold white clown mountain minnows and my Danios, and the fry of the mountain minnows are doing great. Oh, I can't focus. There we go. They're doing great. I threw the mops in here and took out that Anubias because I want them to keep breeding, and at the end of every week I'm going to pull these mops. And speaking of that, I did pull the mops and threw them in this bowl, and I don't see one right now. They're hard to see in here, but there are. Here's one. Oh, it's not going to focus. Right there. A Danio fry. I've seen quite a few in here, so I hope there's a bunch, but I'm going to keep feeding it and stuff. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. And then down here, this tank is home to my black bar endlers now. They were looking a little drab in the 2.5 gallon. I've also got all the cherry shrimp in here that are kind of washed out. There's one. There's some right here. Yeah. They're a little washed out. I don't know why that is. Some of them are bright, some of them are washed out. But yeah, the endlers are having some babies. Oh, there you go. But they look really good in this tank. I've got some corkscrew valve growing in this tank as well. It looks pretty happy. So I'm going to probably take some of these to sell. I'm going to take some corkscrew for sure. That's what everybody likes from me, I guess you could say. So I'm going to take some for sure. I just don't want to take out my supply. So we're definitely going to take some. Jumping up to this tank, I had took in a bunch of corridors. They are bronze or emerald. There's a whole crap ton of them in here. I think there's like 9 in here. In which I've seen some breeding behavior, but no eggs. Which the swordtails could also be eating the eggs in this tank. I am going to take a trio of these adult swordtails to try to sell because there's too many males. So I'm going to take a trio just to see if we could free up some space in this tank. They are beautiful swordtails. I absolutely love them. But that's a big mama Corydora. And there's a few big mamas back there. And a bunch of little males. So hopefully we can see some breeding action. Here's one. Hopefully a lot of breeding action from these guys. Another thing I'm super excited about is my Amazon sword is producing the little shoots now. So I've got like 3 plants here. And then this one's going to have a plant. Comment below if I should put these into the substrate or let them do what they're doing now. Because I want them to grow in the water, unlike what they're doing now is out of the water. I don't want to have to convert them back. So comment below if you have any recommendations for that. Because this has got me super excited for plants again, is this Amazon sword. So I've never had one do this before, which is I'm stoked about. Hopefully I can propagate this and keep going with them. So that's the whole fish room shebang. Super happy, super excited. The new year is great. I hope everybody's had a good new year so far and a great Christmas. Sorry I haven't posted a video. Like I said, I only had one day off for Christmas, and this weekend I have off, so I'm doing all this filming now. But we're going to go ahead and jump into this tank. Like quite literally, I have to put my whole arm into this tank to do stuff in it. So we're going to go set you up on the tripod and take apart the tank they're in now and get all their caves into this tank. Because I don't want them to feel uncomfortable with nothing to hide in. So we're going to put the caves back in here. Okay guys, so I went ahead and set y'all up on the tripod because I'm going to need 2 hands for this. Of course, but I did go ahead and get a bucket for the rocks, bucket for the drip fluid, and then once I get those out, I've got another bucket to put the fish in. So we're gonna get to work, and hope they don't bite me. They could bite me. I'm also gonna move the tripod and the camera over here to watch the tank and show you what I'm doing inside the tank. So let me get y'all moved, and then we'll get started. Okay guys, we are going to jump into this tank. As you can see, there's a gourami right there, looking vicious, like he wants to eat my hand. We're just going there, and we're going to go destroy his home to get him his new home. I'm going to go get my other bucket and see if I can't get some water out in case I need to catch them out real quick. So, let me just use one of these. I'll just use this one. Yeah, they're not happy. Not happy at all. But that's okay. They will be happy soon. I guess we'll just use this bucket for now. catch all this junk. And these things are covered in hair algae too. I mean, absolutely covered. And snails. But that's okay. Alright, we're going to try to catch them out. Or at least one of the gouramis, because I can see it over here in the corner. Golly. There. Feisty. Feisty gouramis. We're going to start taking apart this cave on the left side of the tank. And y'all comment below if you see him try to get me. remind me to forget to take out the filter in here either. I can see the pipe, and he doesn't seem to be happy. Not one little bit. Oh gosh. He is spicy. Yeah. Y'all see that? Man is huge. He's grown so much larger than what he was when I first got him. Golly. There. Now I got one more giant gourami to catch out. Wow, he's bigger than the gouramis now. I'll show you the bucket when I get the other one. He's trying to hide under the other gourami. Oh, the other gourami's right here the whole time in the algae. Oh. These fish are ginormous. Okay, fish are out. Ta-da! Now I can take all this stuff out. Let me go get the other bucket and a lid. Okay, we got the fish out. I got a lid on their bucket. I'm gonna get the rest of this junk out, and I'm gonna get all the hair algae I can out of it. Nice picture. Dragon stone I forgot I put in there. Might use that for a different project. That's a heavy rock. Check this out, guys. A living Amazon sword plant. Can I see that? It's a little beat up, but its roots are really good. We're going to have to throw that in another tank real quick. Okay, we'll wait. We'll find another tank for it in the sunroom. There's a lot of rocks in this thing. Okay, I got most of the algae. Quite a bit. Quite a lot. Like a whole lot. Okay, got all the rocks, all the driftwood out of it. I think that we're actually going to go ahead while we're doing this and take the driftwood out of that tank too, or at least some of it. Now I might throw the fish back in this tank even though I just dirtied it up. That way I can add substrate for this other tank, because I think I changed my mind and do want substrate in it. I don't know, we'll see. I'll be right. Okay, so I did decide we're going to do substrate in the other tank. So I'm going to put these guys back into this tank, and then we're going to go drain that 100-gallon tank, and then put substrate in it, put all the driftwood in it, all the rocks that we want, everything we need, and then come back and get the fish tomorrow. Hopefully the tank will be up to temp by tomorrow. So let's go do that. So since I'm a pretty handy man, I made this. Since this was a fountain, can y'all see that? Yeah, there. So that was a fountain. The intake is free, and that's a fountain piece, but one of the fountain pieces is just the right size for a hose, and you can twist the other side to make it so it doesn't shoot out of the fountain, right? And now it's just pumping the water out. Because I don't have another water pump because they also broke. So, and this fountain one pumps like 1,000 gallons an hour, minute. I don't know what it is, but it's huge and it's cool. And this is what you call a redneck contraption. Okay guys, so I got it drained down, and now I've got one bag of play sand. Mom's coming to bring me 3 more. I hope it's enough. There's a lot of surface area, so I'm going to take out these real quick. And then I'm going to try to design something to go in here. But I decided not to go with granite and go with actual natural rocks. So that's what we're going to do. So I'll be right back. Gotta get some more driftwood. Okay, so I've done a little bit of scaping right now. Had to clean a lot of stuff, but so far so good. We built a little cave for the pike or the gouramis. I'm going to do another cave under this pile of driftwood over here. Just going to move some stuff around. Just save these rocks for the next project. I think that's going to look pretty darn good once I get some more sand in there. There. I got some sandbags coming here in just a bit, and then I can fill it back up, get the heater turned on, see how the pump's gonna work. Yeah, we'll figure all that out then. Okay, to jump into some other things from yesterday, we do have the tank set up. It's still cycling, getting up to temperature. I did go get this pothos plant. You can barely see it, but yeah, I got it running up through here. I don't have a pot for it. I'm just going to let it go into the water. So that looks good. I've actually got this filter right here running as well. So that's going to help out. Yeah, it's pretty cold, but you can kind of see into the tank. Like there's a cave over here, a cave right there. You can see the filter, the big filter at least, right there. I do have a plan for that filter. I'm going to get like a hang on the back box or something, and then run that filter up into the box, and then it would filter it and go back into the tank. Another thing we're doing, I filled this tank up because I may be selling it, or if he doesn't want to buy it, that's fine. I might just keep it. But there is a crack, if you can see right there in the bottom. That's why we're testing it, but so far so good. It's held water great so far. This tank is 69, which is fair enough for to keep fish in, at least. The other two I'm not sure about yet. Over here, haven't changed too much. I did put that Amazon sword in here. It'll focus. It's right there. It's a little beat up, but it's in here. Everybody else that's out here is doing great. I don't know if I showed y'all yesterday, but there's a decent sized rainbow fish fry in here if I can find it. There it is. I don't know if y'all can see it at all, but it's in there. Anyways, yeah. So that's pretty much it. This is all our junk. Don't worry about that. This is a tank I'm gonna sell. All these tanks are doing fine. I was gonna get plants for these, but I haven't been out yet, so we're still waiting to get those. But yeah, other than that, it's kind of a mess out here still. I've got to sort through all this and figure out what I'm taking to the swap to sell, like this turtle stand and that piece of fake driftwood, that bag of gravel, this betta fish tank, maybe this glass pirate ship, which is pretty cool actually, but it's glass. And this one, I've actually already got one of these, so I'm going to sell that. Don't know what to do with like these clamshells. I have no idea what to do with these. Maybe somebody will want them. I might just give them away. But yeah, and then this tank, we're obviously going to get some stuff to go in here. It's pretty clear. It's up to temp and everything. I want some corkscrew valve to go in it, but I need to propagate some. So working on that. But yeah, we're just waiting for this to get to temperature. There's no telling when that'll be. I'll get a thermometer to put in here, and maybe it won't take too long. We'll see. Okay, so I still got the gouramis and the pike in there. We'll focus on them. They're still in there. They're doing fine. I put this little bit of cave structure in there just to give them a little place to hide until their new tank is ready. And then the only other thing in this room I done was get this tank set up. So I did propagate some Anubias Nana. I think it's Anubias Nana Petite. I got 2 of those in here, and some corkscrew valve, and of course some snails and sand. And then the tank is at 79, which is pretty warm. I need it a little bit warmer, but that's okay. You know, we're working on it. And then I'm gonna get some terracotta pots and some saucers to throw in here. The fish that's going in here, I don't know if I've said it yet or not, but it's going to be really awesome. One of my dream fish, so that's going to be really cool to have. But yeah, that's about the only thing I've done in this room. I put all the fry out of that into here again, so they can grow up and become a whole colony, I hope, because my male died and I need another male, and I'm sad about it. So yeah, that's the only really thing that's changed in here. Okay guys, so as you can see, the tank has gotten a little bit clearer. There's still some sand particles floating around in there. I do have some fine filter floss in this filter in the top, so hopefully that'll help. I do have 2 heaters in there just to make sure it gets up to temperature, because it's a pretty big tank. It's at 74 degrees, which is perfect for these pike and gourami. I've got them in this bucket right down here. I got my really big giant net, so we're going to catch them out. I'm probably going to do the pike first, just so we can see where he goes, if I can catch him first. And we should be good from there. They've been acclimating for a little bit now. The pike is pretty stressed. He's lost his normal colors. He's all like kind of blended in with his old surroundings, so he's kind of like a clearish, I don't know, like a clearish brown color. He's pretty cool still. We're gonna see if we can catch him first. I don't know if we'll be able to. They're all really big. Oh yeah, I think we got him. Yep. Oh, he was pretty chill. I didn't clap or do nothing. There he goes. Absolute monster pike went straight down there beside the filter. He's just chilling. Going to figure out what in the world is going on in this new house he's got. Yeah, it looks like he's just chilling over there with the heaters and the filter. And now he's hiding, so we can't see him. Of course, camera shy pike. What would you expect? We're gonna do the gouramis now. I'm gonna do them one at a time because they're little. I don't know what they're called. The little arms are fragile, so I don't want to break one or something. These guys are feistier than the pike, honestly. Okay. There you go. There's one. Okay, she's staying in the water column a little bit better than the pike did, at least. I'm gonna get this other one out real quick. The gouramis are both female, by the way. Golly. There you go, girl. There. Awesome. Let them figure out what they're doing in their new home. This one went over here to the left, so the other gourami went to the filter where the pike's at with the heaters, so I guess they're both chilling. They haven't found the caves yet. Okay, well, pretty much very anticlimactic. Yeah, let me clean this glass off. They went straight into hiding, so per usual. They're not the most social fish, you would say, but I hope they get a little more social in this tank. I'll give them some nice good treats today for dinner. And we'll see if they come out then as well. You can kind of see the pike. I'll see if I can zoom in for y'all. Oh, yeah, zoom too much. There he is. They have no idea what to do in this new tank. Oh, they found the cave. Cool. Cool. The other one is over there under that driftwood, actually, which is pretty cool. I actually set that up in a way because I thought that the pike would want to go under there because he's an ambush predator type fish. So I figured he'd want to stay under this driftwood when I feed him so he could come out and hit the top of the water pretty quick. But of course, as they get used to their new home, they'll figure out where to go, what to do, what's going on, where's what, you know. And I hope they don't eat this pothos vine either, but we'll see what happens. Alright, I'm going to turn the light off for them, let them get used to it, give them a good dinner here in a bit, and I'll film it then. Okay, so I've got a lot of substrate and dirty water out of this tank. I also caught a lot of snails. I don't know if y'all can see them. a lot of ram's horn snails. They're doing good. I put a couple algae wafers in there for them. I'm going to put them somewhere in a tank. But yeah, it's pretty disgusting in here. So I'm going to clean all this substrate out, get all this cleaned up, and then we'll do fresh substrate, probably sand, and get that going. And then I got this set up. So got a little pot with some Anubias, some corkscrew valve, another pot, and some type of crazy looking plant right there. Not sure what it is. It's either a Ponageton or a lily. I can't remember. One of the two. But I found it in that 75 over there, so I'm surprised it's still alive, honestly. And then there's some type of little bitty plant in here, but we'll see if it grows. So this tank is going to be awesome for the fish that's going in it. Can't wait to show you those. And I will film the swap meet, so watch out for that video. I'm going to go ahead and end this video because it's probably quite a long one by now. And if you made it to the end, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. Do everything you can to help this video get to more people to see my channel, because we're looking to get at least 500 subscribers by the end of the year. So stay tuned and see you on the journey.